Hey there, Angie with the Guillette Group, and I'm coming at you today to explain to you what are the HOA fees, what does that mean, and what in the world is a CDD. Stay tuned, I'm going to tell you all about it. This is the Live Joy Southwest Florida channel, giving you everything you need to know about moving to and living in Southwest Florida. If this is the kind of content you're looking for, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time we release a new video. Be sure and stay tuned till the end so I can give you everything you need to know about all these different fees and things that you need to come live in our Southwest Florida paradise. So we often get asked questions about what are these HOA fees? What does that mean? What does that mean for me? And just wanted to share a little bit of information so that you can understand a little better how things work here in Southwest Florida. So our HOA fees, those stand for our Homeowners Association fees. And we have, as you know, if you've watched any of our videos, all kinds of different communities here, and a lot of them do have homeowners associations. Within all of those HOAs, everything can be different. There's not really two that are created equal or created the same. So it could be gated, it could be non-gated. And if it's gated, it might have a guard at the gate. What does all that mean to you? It just means that what is covered as part of your homeowners association dues is going to vary based on neighborhood. And it is so important that you use a trusted realtor that can help you understand to make sure when you're looking at where you want to live that you are comparing to apples. If one HOA includes cable, internet, guard gate, amenities, and another one doesn't include any of those things outside of amenities, well, you're not comparing equal to equal. So that's something that a realtor can help you out with to make sure that you're comparing to apples and apples. Pro tip. It is so important that you work with someone like the Guillette Group or another trusted realtor, because those fees are not always easy to find out, and they're not always correct on all of the home search site websites. For example, we get calls all the time from a beautiful community that has really reasonable HOA fees when you look at it on the surface. What those people don't know is that that community actually requires a social membership to their country club, which then adds an additional $7,000 a year. That information is not always, and in fact is often not accurate on home search sites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Trulia, etc. So another thing I want to point out is oftentimes when you are looking on different home search sites or when you're talking to realtors and agents, they'll often talk to you in these HOA fees being in monthly terms. Well, they're not actually always paid monthly. For example, in our neighborhood, we actually pay those quarterly. So you need to know that you're not necessarily paying $300 a month, you might be paying $900 a quarter, and that's a much different bill to hit your bank account. So it's important that you account for that. And one other thing that I just want to mention is they will be prorated based on the day that you close. So don't worry if you move in the middle of a quarter, that's no problem. That's what the title company, they're all there to figure all that out. They work with the HOA to figure out exactly what those fees are going to be. So what is commonly included in the HOA fees? And again, as I said, every single community is different, so it is really important that you work with someone who can get you exactly what is included if there's a neighborhood you're interested in. But what you can commonly see as part of these fees, oftentimes it includes lawn maintenance, which will include trimming bushes, mowing the grass, laying mulch usually one time a year. It will usually include access to the amenities. If there's a gate or a guard gate, it's going to include covering the cost of that. It's going to include lights, and it's oftentimes also going to include having a professional manager on site for an association management. So not always, but that's kind of gives you an idea of what's going to be included in those. One other thing that I do want to point out, and it is something that was surprising to us when we moved here, and it's often surprising, and we want to make sure that you're aware of that. Oftentimes, whether the community is new or not, when you buy into a community here in Southwest Florida, there is a fee at closing that is a capital contribution fee. We like to call those the welcome fee. Welcome to the neighborhood. But when there is a fee like that, it might be $1,500, it might be $2,000. Again, you want a trusted professional to help you make sure you have all that information. It does come as part of your closing costs, but that is something, that money, everyone who buys into that community pays it. and it goes into the budget. So in addition to a welcome fee, there might be an irrigation hookup fee. There's going to be a transfer fee to transfer the membership to you. There are other additional fees that might come. So when you're looking at a community, make sure that you ask for all that information so that you are fully informed to make your decision. Another question that we get asked all the time is, what is a CDD? Because people will see CDD referenced within listing information. So here's what it is. A CDD stands for a Community Development District. When developers are coming in and developing the land, they will take out a loan. They take out a bond to help them develop that land. As people buy into the neighborhood with every house, then there is a CDD fee that is attached to that house that you pay annually as part of your tax bill. There's two pieces to the CDD. There is the actual loan of the money, and then there's operating and maintenance. So while a CDD typically lasts for about 30 years for the bond portion, the operating and maintenance lasts forever, because as long as that community is in place, there's going to always be maintenance that's going to be required. So the important thing for you to know is that yes, it is a fee if the neighborhood has a CDD fee that you will pay, but it's something that comes as part of your annual tax bill. Thanks for hanging around until the end. I told you I'd give you one last tip, and this is something that just came up this week with a buyer, and I so appreciate that she pointed this out to me. When you're buying in new construction neighborhoods, there are some terms that get thrown around, and they're not always being used in the same way. For example, in the place at Corkscrew, we have phase 1 and phase 2. And those phases are based on where your lot was and what phase of the actual neighborhood build out you are a part of. And there might be different fees associated with those phases. Now in Wild Blue, they're talking about a phase 1 and a phase 2, but it all has to do with the amenity center. So they are right now completing phase 1 of the amenities. And so there will be an additional HOA fee attached to that once phase 1 is complete. Then they're going to be working on phase 2 of the amenities, and that HOA fee will change once all of the amenities are open. So again, it's so important to have someone that you trust in your corner, like us at the Guillette Group. We would love to help you, or someone like us who can help make sure that you don't get caught up in some of these differences. There are a lot of nuances. So working with a trusted partner really just helps you make the most informed decision for you. And that includes everything. Understanding how the phases work in a new construction, in a resale, understanding how the fee structure is set up. Is there a CDD? Is there an HOA? And what is that? And we would love an opportunity to help you. If you have any questions, you can catch us on all of our social media. You can call me at 239-246-2322. We would love to help bring this Southwest Florida lifestyle to you.